Hey y'all, this is Mary, Magnolia Stitcher. Today is Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, and this is Flosstube 38. And this is take 2 because I called. I've been a little, not really sick, just kind of sinusy. And I'm on the tail end of it. So, today I have 2 finishes, 1, 2, 3 starts, 2 whips, and 1 haul. I finally got all of my birthday haul in, so yeah. And then I'm gonna talk about books, and we'll talk about life, and everything gonna be good. So, let me get to the right page here. Let's get started. Alright, so my first finish is French Hen by Satsuma Street. I used all the kit materials, and I have not FFO'd it yet. Shame on me. But, there you can see it better there. It's got all the beads here, and the beads here, and the sequins. And I love it. I love these Satsuma Streets because they're so pretty and colorful. You can't really tell, but there's a pink here and an orange here, and I just love it. Looky. That's better. I feel like my lighting is today. It's kind of, well, it's sunny out now. It was overcast earlier. It's sunny out now. I don't know why it would be kind of bleh. Anyway, and then I did the 87 Schooler Santa by Prairie Schooler. And this is on 28 Count Lugana by Mystic Fabrics. It doesn't have a name. And that's it right there. You can see, I'm not sure exact. I know this is a trumpet. I think this is supposed to be a dinosaur, but I don't know. But so I finished, so my Prairie Schoolers, I have 4 sets of patterns where they did them in group years of 4, but like in a row. And this is the last one on the first one. So I'm moving on to the second set of 4. But then after that, at like 2000 or something, I start with the single ones. I couldn't find the single ones for this early. But isn't he pretty? Isn't he nice? Not pretty. I love these Schooler Santas. I absolutely love them. I will do them all. That's why I'm doing like 1 a month, because I want to get them all done before I'm 80. Okay, and then on to new starts. Sorry. So my first new start is Seaside Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I will tell you, I have not had as much time to stitch in April as I usually do. it has been busy with sports and stuff, but we'll talk about that later. So this is 32 count raw Zweigart linen. It's just the remainder of the piece I did Halloween Tiny Town on. And this nail minder I made myself. I got an enamel pen from Temu and popped the pen part off and filed it down and just glued a magnet to the back. But I've been adding as I go. I've got the bird's French knots here. I've got the beads on the crab. I've been adding that as I go, so I don't have to go back and add it later and adding the back stitch. But and this is my own conversion. I didn't want to wait to order. I couldn't wait to start it. I didn't want to wait to order. So I just went through my stash and got my own conversion. And I did it as close as I could. I have the book that has all the DMCs in it. And I went and got that and I looked at what the DMC was and matched it as close as possible. But I have some classic colorworks, some gentle arts, a threadworks, and a couple of weeks dye works. But that's my, if I can get it to cooperate. These are the colors that I went with. They're not exact, but they're as close as I could get within my stash. Because I was impatient. Because this is going to go in my living room. In my living room, I have, we have kind of a beachy theme. And this is going to go in there with that. And then, like, the mermaids that I'm doing will go in my living room. Unless one of my kids claims one. I could see one of my girls claiming a mermaid. So my next start is Mary Gibson 1828 by Whilst Iris Snaps. And I am doing the Roxy Flosstube conversion on this one. So here is my color palette. And I am loving what I have stitched with on these. Of course, I've only stitched with the one color. But, like I said, I didn't have as much time to stitch as I normally do. And this is on 36 count dirty porcelain. Yeah. Okay. And that's what I've got so far. This is going to be a big girl. I like to do the border first. So I always go around and do all of the borders. And then I go in and do the motifs. I'm pretty good at matching it up. I've only ever once had a border, once or twice I've had a border not match. And I had to fudge. and it was a broken border. So like you would do part of the border and then there was a motif in where the border was, and that one I messed up. But usually these continuous borders like this, I can do the whole border first and then use it as landmarks to do the motifs on the inside. And I did not leave myself very much room here. I do plan to frame this. My brain is not working today, man. I do plan to frame this, so that is enough to frame and lace, but it's not not a whole lot extra. I can't believe I did that. Looking at it now, it looks ridiculous, but I'm not gonna frog it. If I have to, I'll add fabric over here to lace it, but I'm not gonna frog it. All out. And the dirty porcelain is a Roxy Floss Co. Or a Roxy Floss. Yeah, Roxy Floss Co. linen. I wanted 40 count, but they were out of it. And if you've ever gone to Evertote and you've looked at their Roxy Floss Co. conversions, they have them. You buy the floss pack from them. And this one, they had it where it was only, the floss pack was for 1/2. So that's why I got 36 count. I really wanted 40 count, but they were out of it, and I didn't want to wait till they got it in. I didn't feel like, I was being lazy and didn't feel like looking to see if I could find something else that I liked. I just wanted to use Roxy Floss, give Roxy Floss a try. Jeez, that's not cooperating. And the dogs want in. One of the dogs wants in. And then, hang on. Let me go let the dog in. I'll be right back. Okay. I let one of the dogs in. Sure, the other one in a minute. She's not barking. I would hear if she was barking because I don't have the TV on. And then my last start was, and I don't have a cover sheet for this, but you'll get the basic idea. So my last start was a temperature stitch from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So if you go sign up for their newsletter, they send you like a digital booklet with several patterns in it, and this temperature stitch is one of them. And of course, you know, it's April, so I decided to do a temperature stitch. But this is on 40 count Christmas Gnomes Linen by Nicholas Flamel. I don't know if he's like completely given up dyeing or if he's just taking a break or whatever, but I know his store is not, like, he's not doing anything right now. But this is what I got. See, it's just stars. But I went, and it comes with a Celsius key. But I'm in the US, so I'm Fahrenheit. And the Fahrenheit temperatures, there's always a bigger key with the Fahrenheit temperatures because there's more individual temperatures in Fahrenheit. So, as you can see, for most of the year so far, we've been warmish to hot. We're starting to get into the 90s and above now. And this was called up as of about the middle of April. I may finish catching it up today. And sorry, I'm getting messages for my daughter's soccer academy group. God, I wish she would stop. But this is caterpillar cross stitch, and this is another needle minder that I made. It's an enamel pin, and I just took the back off. I cut the back off and then filed down what was left and added a magnet. But this is my key. I just found it online. I googled Fahrenheit temperature stitch keys. But see, there were only like maybe 8 or 10. There weren't very many in the Celsius compared to the Fahrenheit. Of course, I won't need all these because we don't get down here in these temperatures usually. This is usually about the lowest we'll get if we get that low. But we probably won't get that low again this year. That's usually, if we get that low, it's usually in January or February. Sorry about the sniffing, guys. I should maybe I should take a pause and blow my nose. I think I'll do that because I know that sniffing's got to be bothering y'all. Okay, I'm back. Blew my nose. Had to go get, the dog was barking at the mail car. She's a schnauzer. And she has that little dog, high-pitched, really drill into your skull bark. So I try not to let her sit out there and bark. And of course, she gets going, Bo gets going. She wasn't even in the, like, he's in the house. She wasn't even in the stinking house. She starts barking and he goes and dashes to the front door and starts barking with her. Anyway, so then I worked on one of my whips. I worked on Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. And this is on, by Carriage House Samplings. And this is on 42 count vellum linen by Picture This Plus. And I'm using all the called for threads on this one. And oh, I have cut this down. And I'll put where I was last time here. And then this is where I am now. And this needle minder is, yeah, it's an Agnes Little Minders needle minder. Oh, that's what I forgot. But, I've been working on this top part here, and I got these first two blocks outlined. And this is, I just love this. I love that nest and the eggs. I have not finished right here. I had to frog some of that because I had done it incorrectly and I didn't want to try to fudge it. So I just frogged it. And so I've got to redo it, but I have cut this down to width. I don't normally do that, but it was a big half yard and it was driving me nuts trying to wrangle all that extra fabric. And I am using the called for NPIs on this. Beautiful. With my Cat Cottage Designs floss straws. And of course, I didn't pick anything very springy for this. That's Halloween and peacocks. I guess peacocks aren't out of the, I guess peacocks aren't out there, but it's Halloween. I'm no good at matching like my project bags and stuff to my projects. I don't bother with it. It's just not something that I care to put that much brain power into. And people that do it, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't. Usually I'm so ready to get something done and move on that I don't want to take that extra time. Kudos to the people that do. I am pilling. So we went to, my youngest daughter had a soccer tournament and I put sunscreen on, but I didn't apply it as well as I should have. And we were out there for like 5 hours and I got really bad sunburn on my arms and my legs and I'm peeling everywhere now. So my last whip is Misty. I'm sorry. I got to find it. It's Red Mermaid by RTO. There it is. And this is a RTO kit and several people are doing this. That's what it looks like when it's finished. I'll put where I was last time here. So I'm using the kit floss, but I'm not using the kit fabric. It was Ada and it was really like paper cut stiff. So I switched it out. And I switched it out for a hand dyed. It's a 28 count Lugana hand dyed by Rolanda. Sorry, trying to make sure I show all of it. And that's where I am now. I really didn't get that much done. But that's okay. I'll pick it up again real soon. My mom will tell you about that. I've got a little bit of plans that maybe kind of sort of might come to fruition. This is very confetti heavy. This is her hair. It is very confetti heavy. And it has blends. And blends are not my favorite. It's going to be so pretty afterwards though. And no, somebody asked me when I first did that, and I said I was going to switch out the fabric if I was going to stitch her whole tail, because the tail is, that it uses the dark blue fabric to make up part of the tail, and no, I'm not. Okay, so first I'm gonna do Happy Mail. Oh wait, I've got to grab a few things. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to show haul and then Happy Mail. So part of my haul, I got some more Flosstubes from Cat Cottage Designs. So I got this set. I'm not going to take them out of the pack. The dogs have already done that, the 3 of them for me, which I don't have. I love. This set, is that not cute? I love birds, if y'all haven't figured that out yet. I got the cherries. While I hate eating cherries, I like seeing cherries. I don't remember what this is called. Oh, and I love this vintagey type stuff. And then I couldn't resist spooky. Okay, and then I got my Threadworks nest egg from, oh well. So, and I don't have names on this one. Is this the one on? So there's this one. This one. This one. I may have already showed this last time. I can't remember. That one. That one. It's pretty green. This beauty. This one, and this one, and I guess it's not going to focus. And then I went to Color and Cotton, and so if you go on Color and Cotton's website, they have oops dyes, where basically they've dyed the full 800 yards that they do, and there was a mistake, so they don't put it in their regular line, and they sell the whole 800 yards as a chunk. And I'm not real good at picturing like how much something like that is, so I bought one of the 800 yards, and I've only got a little bit of it here to show you. It doesn't have a name. It's not gonna, that's better. But look how pretty it is. I'm really into pinks right now, so of course I had to have it. And then I cannot find a Color and Cotton floss club. I think the only one is the one actually with the company, and it's full, so I am ordering them myself. So I got Abyss, Acorns, this is not going to cooperate, Acorn Squash, Acapella, Acrobat, Anchors Away, which is gorgeous, Aloe Vera, which I love, Adagio, Almond, and Antique Rose. And they sent it on this awesome little ring. I don't know if they do that. I don't know if there's you have to buy so many before they do that, but I thought that was really great. Let's see. A couple of needle minders. So I hit Agnes Little Minders. So there's this St. Patrick's Day themed one. I love St. Patrick's Day. I am a quarter Irish ancestry. Obviously, I'm American, but a quarter of my ancestry is Irish, which is where I get my hair and my eyes from. I have green eyes, and my hair has red tinting. It's brown. It's like an auburn. It's not red. And then I got this kind of chocolate one. Let's see. And then hang on, I'm trying to go through. Oh, Color and Cotton sent me, I forgot about this. They sent a gift with the floss I ordered. Is that not a wonderful combination? Okay. And then I should have opened this before, sorry. No, I don't want to come out. I picked up all of the Tiny Towns that I don't already have. So there's Blooming Tiny Town, Harvest Tiny Town, Patriotic Tiny Town, the newest one, Nativity Tiny Town, more Anytown Tiny Town. Did I get that one twice? I accidentally got Harvest Tiny Town twice. I think I thought I had Thankful, and I got Blooming Tiny Town twice. All right, we know what that's doing. So I know I'm missing Thankful Tiny Town. I think I thought I had it, and I have Harvest. Frosty Tiny Town, Christmas Tiny Town, Big Hearted Tiny Town, and A Honey of a Tiny Town. And of course they come with any beads or charms that go in them. And then I have fabric. Okay. I forgot something. Hang on. There were a couple of things I forgot. I know. Be right back. Okay, so, and I got the summer just cross stitch, which I got 2 of. I am going to have a giveaway. I had planned to give away this, but since I found those extra tiny towns, I'm going to give away those as well. And then one more pattern. There we go. Okay, so I was watching Susan X Stitch, maybe? I'll link it below. I'll put it down here, because I don't remember the name. But she's a fairly new Flosstuber, and she had her mom on, and they were talking about a monopost embroidery, which y'all know I love Jacob. That they're stitching together, like they're doing it different, but they're doing it at the same time. So a stitch along, probably a starting along, like most people. And it was the 2018 Mystery Sale 4 Seasons. And I thought, well, I love to stitch season stuff like this. So why don't I stitch it? But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to stitch it in 5 colors? So stitch each of the seasons in 1 color, and then the border and this center medallion in another color. So I went to 1, 2, 3 Stitch. I got some fabric for it. Pardon that. I got Picture This Plus 40 count Havisham Newcastle linen. That's actually showing pretty true. And then I knew I wanted to use Threadworks. And I know they do Threadworks in 20-yard skeins. So I looked on 1, 2, 3 Stitch, and they have the 20-yard skeins of, I don't know how many they have the 20-yard skeins of, but at least some of them. And I went through, I looked at what they had, and I picked 4 colors, and I couldn't tell you the name of the colors because they're not on here. But let's see. So 1017 is my winter color. 1062 is my spring color. 1039 is my autumn color. I skipped summer. 10090 is summer. And then for the border, 1139. Sorry, I do not remember the names, but I'm sure you can go and search by the numbers. But that will be a start soonish. Maybe not May, but I don't know. Haven't decided yet. And then I have fabric and then Happy Meal. So I'm almost out of fabric for my Santas. I only have fabric for 2 more. So I went and found something that would work. And the Santas are Ada friendly. So I couldn't find what I really wanted, which was another even weave in the color I wanted in a smaller count. So I got 20 count caramel Ada by Seraphim. And I'm going to have to see how big the Santas are on that before I can cut it down to size. But that came from Lindy Stitches. And then in the Mystic Fabrics, wait. Okay. I'm in the Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month Club. And I get 40 count linen. I thought I was in the dual one where I get neutral 1 month and then a color the other month. And I don't think I am. I think I'm going to need to change that because I'm really into stitching stuff that needs neutrals right now. But as usual, Misty delivered. Is that not gorgeous? Excuse me while I take a drink. I know I'm not drinking water. I've got yucky sinusy stuff and the carbonation helps cut it so it doesn't feel so ugh. So that's April. So I've got the last 2. I'm also in my Stitch Me's Fabric of the Month, which I am in the neutral 1 month Color the Next. Which I'm not saying I won't use colors, but I've kind of entered my sampler phase, and I don't want to do samplers on funky colors. I just don't. But this is the March Fabric of the Month. It's Willow, and it's 40 count linen. And as always, Brandy knocked it out of the park. Brandy and Misty are so talented. Actually, I have to email Brandy because she accidentally sent me 2 of the April Fabric of the Month, and I want her to at least know she did it, if not send it back. I know you're probably thinking, oh, free fabric, but that's not honest. And then the April Fabric of the Month was Wild Bouquet. This one is gorgeous. It's not showing it real well, but, well, maybe it is. There's some yellow down here. Is that not gorgeous? I don't know. I just don't understand how their minds work, that they can come up over and over with the unique, beautiful colors. I'm a little bit jealous. The dogs. Oh, I guess they want the... Sorry. Okay. And then I have a bunch of Happy Meal. So, oh wait. No. I did order this from... Let me make sure that's it. Yeah, okay. I ordered this from Lindy Stitches. I love Annie, the proper stitcher. I like her as a person, and I love her patterns. So I got Sweet Friendships. Look at the strawberries. She has such a great eye for color. Okay, now on the Happy Meal. So I won 2 giveaways on Niecy Lynn's Flosstube, which is lots of fun to watch. She you should be watching her. She's funny and fun, and sometimes she has her grandson on there, and he is so cute. But I won, I don't remember what order I won them in, but I won Summer Garden from Country Cottage Needleworks. And it says a bluebell, A bluebell, C daisy, EFG hydrangea, IJK lilac, MNO peony, Q rose, STU violet, WXYZ. And then I won Alphabet Sampler from Chessie and Me, which I love the girl in the middle. And then I am a member of Tracy Horner's. Wait, what the? Oh. I forgot I got the DMC for Sweet Friendships from Lindy Stitches as well. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I don't know where. I'm so confused. Oh, I know. Never. Let's hang on to that for a minute. So, I'm a member of Tracy Horner's, Patreon. My brain is really not working. I'm a member of the highest, tier. So, she sends you physical copies of all of her new releases. So I got all the Nashville releases. I got from Get Me Knots, from the Night Garden collection. I got St. David's Dragon, which I was planning to get anyway because dragons. I got, and she's ink circles. I got Cinnamon and Honey. I love this one. The Forest for the Trees. Sewing Birds. We all know I love birds. And Swimming with Scissors, which I just love. I always love ink circle stuff. Okay. Then I was in a actually, you know what? I think Sweet Friendships may have come with this. I got so much stuff I can't keep up with what's what. So Sweet Friendships came with this one I'm fixing to show you. So I did Stitching with Sandy's. Strawberry Exchange. So I got a wonderful, wonderful package from my partner that sent to me. I didn't do anything near what she did. But this is what she stitched for me. Strawberry House. I don't know who this is by. But look, this frame is the perfect frame for me. I love these distressed vintage looking frames like this. And then this is so pretty. And she did some batting or something in there. It's a wonderful, wonderful finish and such a pretty stitch. And then she sent me Sweet Friendships. And she sent me a Lizzie Kate. I love Lizzie Kate. It's a Quicket and it's Flora Mix Sampler, Strawberry Sampler. And she sent me the DNC Floss Pack for Sweet Friendships. She sent me a beautiful Strawberry Parfait Classic Colorworks. I'm telling you, she went way above and beyond. And Strawberry Fields Sweet Dye Works. She sent me some the finishing stuff for Sweet Friendships, the bric rack. She sent me the finishing fabric for Sweet Friendships. I assume that's what that is. It came from the same place Sweet Friendships came from. She sent me a Strawberry Lemonade Charm Pack. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll find something. And then she sent me the decorative pins to go with Sweet Friendships. I will be stitching this soon. She sent me some strawberry pins. She also sent me a strawberry, is a wood piece, looked like maybe a bobbin, but the dogs got a hold of it and it did not survive. And the dogs got a hold of this too. She sent me a very cute strawberry measuring tape that the dogs got a hold of. And then she sent me, and this is something else the dogs got a hold of, and trust me, they got in a lot of trouble. We've been painting my oldest room, and that's when they got into all this. But a beautiful needle minder. The floss bling to go with it. And the scissor fob to go with it. Can't see that. There was another like scissor fob she sent me that was a strawberry, but I don't know where it's gone. See? This will go. I love scissor fobs. I don't use them on my scissors because I don't like the weight. Oh, that's what she sent me the cutest pair of strawberry themed scissors. But I'm already using them. But These will go on my key ring. I still love them. I just don't use them as intended. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway. That's it. So, a few rules. Please be 18 so you can give me your address. Please don't say giveaway, contest, any of those buzzwords that bring the trolls. Please be subscribed and like the video. I think that's it. So, I'm giving away Blooming Tiny Town. So if you want this, say Blooming. I'm giving away Harvest Tiny Town. If you want this, say Harvest. Hang on, the dogs went out. They're trying to drive me nuts today. And then I'm giving away the Summer Just Cross Stitch. So use just if you want this one. I will draw these before my end of May video. Like the day that I do it, I will draw them. So there's that. And then I was going to go over books. So I've got 4 books I read this month. Kind of like I didn't have a lot of time to stitch. I didn't have a lot of time to read. I've just been busy. So I read book, is it 23? I read the latest installment of Kathy Reich's Temperance Brennan novels, Fire and Bones. I've got the next one that I don't remember the name to pre-ordered. I have read all of these. I like the series Bones is kind of loosely based on these. And I love Bones. So, of course, when I figured out they were loosely based on these books, I had to read all these books. But in this one, there is a illegal Airbnb that burns down in the very beginning, and Dr. Brennan has to help recover she gets called in and has to help recover the bodies. There's some bodies, and then it just kind of snowballs from there, and she winds up in a dangerous situation towards the end, as always. She always gets herself into trouble because she insists on being part of the investigation. There's a lover's quarrel in there. And it's just, these are really good mysteries. And she's really good at writing the, forensics in. It's not so much that your eyes want to glaze over, but it's enough to be interesting. But I have loved all of her books. And I want to reread them from the first one, because it's been a while since I read the first one. So we'll see about that. And then another mystery, The Ghost and the Mystery Writer. This is from the Haunting Danielle series by Bobby Holmes. This is Kathy Wright's, in case you didn't see it. This is by Bobby Holmes. I knocked something off. Oh well. It's The Ghost and the Mystery Writer. This is book 9 in the Haunting Danielle series. I've read the first 8. These are mysteries, but they're good, fun, like, she doesn't, okay, so there's Danielle, who inherited Marlowe House from her aunt, and it's in Oregon on, in a little oceanside village, and she lives there and she runs a B&B out of Marlowe House. Marlowe House has a resident ghost that's actually a really good guy, and Danielle can see spirits and talk to them. And there's a couple other people in here who are, one that can see spirits and another that's sensitive to them and sometimes can see them. But this one, there's a murder and a mystery writer, and the mystery writer writes about the crime scene where the murder takes place. And so Danielle is trying to solve the murder, figure out how the mystery writer is involved. The spirit doesn't want to talk to her because it's a spirit of somebody that she had interacted with that didn't like her. I really suggest, if you're gonna read these from the first one, because there's stuff in books that refers to earlier, in this book that refers to earlier books. But these are really good, fun, low-key mysteries. And then I read He Who Fights with Monsters, book 2. And this is by Sherloon. What's his name? What's his full name? It just says Sherloon. Oh my gosh, that is the funniest name. Okay, I don't know the first name of the person that writes this. And I'm going to go with that's a pen name. Because who is named Sherloon? Oh, if somebody out there's name is Sherloon, I'm so sorry. But anyway, these are, so I've read the first one. And this is another one. If you're going to read these, you need to start with the first one. So this is basically, guy gets summoned into an alternate universe where he's from Earth, like our Earth, but he gets summoned to an alternate universe where there is magic and monsters, and there's an adventure society, and he becomes an adventurer, and it tells it like it's like a narrated RPG game. So he hits like like in an RPG game, it has the map and you have inventory and you can loot and all that stuff. He can do all that. Excuse me. But these are really good. They do start out kind of slow. So for me, I have to kind of slog through the first half, but then they get better. The first one was better, But this is another one. It's a series, and if you really want to read the series and understand, you can start at book 2, but you really want to start at book 1 because there's some stuff they refer to in book 2 from book 1. But I mean, these are really good. My husband and I don't have similar tastes, but we both like these. So, and then the last one I just finished a couple nights ago is A Council of Wolves, an Anglo-Saxon mystery. And this is by Elizabeth Springer. So I have a history degree, and this is right up my alley. My interest is the early medieval area, or the early medieval period. And this is set in the 9th century in Wessex and Mercia, which were Anglo-Saxon kingdoms in what's now England. And Alfred, the Alfred that will become Alfred the Great, that united England, is the Wessex king, and Mercia is kind of in a uphill, like it's in disarray. So in history, in real history, Alfred the Great unites England and against the Danes, and this is a fictionalized version of some of that. It's a mystery. So some emissaries, so the Mercian king has died, and some emissaries from Alfred go to the council to decide the new king. And Mercia, and the dogs won't back in. And there's a murder and some attempted murders. And one of the Wessex emissaries is charged with solving the murders and defending the guy that is charged, or solving the murder and defending the guy that is charged with the murder. And there's a conspiracy, and the Danes are involved. And I apologize for my dog barking, but I wanted to finish this before I go and let him in. And this is really good, especially if you like history. There's a lot of, this is pretty accurate for a historical novel. Okay, let me pause, go let my dog in. Okay, let the dogs in. Blew my nose again.
Seems to be working. If something looks wrong, you can use the Alexa app to submit feedback.
My TV's talking to me. And that's not all. It's not, it has AI that I'm not going to say the name to. And I guess it thought it heard me say its name. I don't know. So, life. Let's see. Oh, plans. Plans first. So, my stitchy plans for May. I'm going to stitch the Satsuma 4 calling birds, the 88 Santa, if I can figure out which one it is, because they're not labeled on the thing that has the 88 Santa in it. And then I'm going to stitch mermaids. So, some stitcher somewhere came up with the idea for Mermania. Animal Instincts, who is a Australian stitcher, tends to do Mermania. And I only have 3 mermaids, but I thought I would stitch on all 3 mermaids. And then when I cycle through all 3, if I'm done with mermaids, then I'll move on to something else. But one of them is a new start. So I have Red Mermaid. I have the Lisa and Pontus. And then I have a mermaid from the Primitive Hare, and I don't remember which one it is. That's kitted up and waiting to go. So I'm going to start the Primitive Hare mermaid and then do some on the Red Mermaid, some on the Lisa and Pontus, and probably by the time I'm done with that, I'll be done with mermaids. So then we'll see what I do. But I'm sorry. There's bound to be somebody outside. But that's my plans for May. And they're tentative plans because I don't make plans. I say I want to do this, but then as soon as I say I'm going to do this, I will do something else. Okay, so on the life. So let's see. We had a soccer tournament that I got badly burned during. My sister's birthday. She turned 31. We painted my oldest bedroom for her birthday, which is in a couple of weeks. We're redoing it. So when we moved in, everything was painted and we hated all the colors. Like there's no real scheme to it. So we're redoing room by room, or we're going to. We started with my oldest bedroom because her birthday is in May, and she painted it like a dark blue on the walls and a light blue on the ceiling, and then like a sandy color for the hang on. Hot dogs. Misty. So my husband has an office and it's got double doors, which I have. It's got like it's the width of a normal door, but it's double doors and it's the top latch. And I've got that blocked off with the baby gate. But this door here does not latch properly, which my husband needs to fix. And it looks like it's closed, but Misty will periodically go in there and knock the door open. And they're not supposed to be in there. So I had to get her because that's what she had done. And she's real bold about it because she knows she's not supposed to, and she did it with me sitting right here. Like it's 10 feet from me. Rotten dog. She does it when she's bored. Oh, my oldest room. So we painted it, and then we my husband replaced 2 of the light fixtures, and he's going to replace the fan. It came in yesterday, so he's going to do it. Maybe not this weekend because we have another soccer tournament this weekend, and then I think we'll be done with soccer. he put in LED lights that can be controlled from the phone, so you can do all different colors with them. He put fairy lights on two of the two light fixtures that he's changed. He put fairy lights on. I'm gonna hang. She got a hunter green curtain that she wanted. I'm gonna hang that. And then she's very artistic, and he got a glass blackboard and a glass whiteboard for her to draw on. And he's gonna hang those. We're probably gonna do it together because he said they're pretty heavy. We're gonna hang those, and then eventually we're gonna. The upstairs is all carpeted, so eventually we're gonna replace the carpet. Okay, so my two little ones started tumbling. If you don't know what that is, it's like gymnastics, but just the floor routine part. They don't do the balance beam or the uneven bars or the vault. So they started that. They went to their second class Monday. We're almost done with baseball. We have this week and next week, and then I think we're done. Except for yesterday, there was supposed to be a game, and they're state testing right now. The other team begged off for the state testing, so I don't know if the league made them forfeit or if we'll reschedule it. In my opinion, with that reason for them begging off, we should reschedule, but I don't run it. My middle girl has finished soccer, and she won't play again. They're gonna do tumbling instead. My youngest girl finished rec soccer last night. They had their playoff game and they lost. Not for lack of trying, but the other team has like this ace shooter on it. And she's tiny and she's compact and she can turn on a dime, and she's just a great player. And it was hot, and by the end they were tired. And the sun, there were no clouds in the sky. The sun was just beating down. I'm surprised I didn't get burned again. So that's all the sports. And then I had finished all the reconstruction in my mouth from what the dentist knew about. Well, right here was one of the last ones, and I always hurt a little bit for a couple of weeks after, like I'm sore, and I just take ibuprofen. Well, this back tooth, I'm missing a tooth right here because I had a failed root canal, and I was just like, just pull it. So this tooth back here a couple of years ago had a root canal, and it's got a crown and everything, and it's been hurting. So I called the dentist. I went back to the dentist. He couldn't find anything wrong, so he referred me to an endodontist. Turns out it's the tooth in front of it on the other side of the gap where I'm missing a tooth. And it's referring pain back to that tooth. So I took antibiotics, and he was hoping that the antibiotics would negate the need for a root canal, but I don't think they have. I finished them, and I'm still having pain in this side of my mouth. So this week I do not have time to go get a root canal. I'm just going to have to take ibuprofen and deal with it. But next week I'll call them and hopefully get that taken care of. Not that I want a root canal, but I certainly don't want to live off ibuprofen. Tomorrow we're going to the eye doctor. 3 of us are. All my girls wear glasses or contacts. My husband and I wear contacts. My son is the only one who doesn't have any vision correction. He still has 20/20 vision, or he did last year. But the 2 little girls and I are going to the eye doctor tomorrow. Bo's getting neutered tomorrow, which is desperately needed. He has started acting inappropriately to Misty. She is spayed, so I'm not worried about puppies, but our pets are just pets, just that. We don't want puppies, we just want companions. So I always fix any pets we have, like cat, dog. I don't fix like exotic pets, but cats and dogs I fix. So he's going to get neutered tomorrow. Oh, my husband got a promotion. It was not the best circumstances to get a promotion, but so he works in the natural gas storage industry. And he's been like the assistant manager at the station he works at most, and he's the manager for a station in New Jersey. And they had this one woman down here that was like that is the office manager, and she married one of the operators, and they were told when they disclosed that they were dating, she had been told she was going to get this job, this promotion, and when they disclosed they were dating, they were told, well, then you're not going to be able to get the promotion because he would, in a manner of speaking, be reporting to you. Not directly, but indirectly. It would have been a conflict of interest. So they started causing all sorts of trouble. It was constant. Well, he did something that was either a huge mistake or intentional sabotage. And he got let go. Well, they kept her on. And it was just a constant complaining to HR, making it a toxic work environment. I mean, a constant thing. The type of thing that gives women who actually want to do their job and do a good job just because that's what you do, a bad name. The kind of thing that is why men don't want to hire women. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. So it finally, that nothing was actually happening. They weren't actually doing anything to her. And she was actually doing what she said they were doing. But the company is based out of New Jersey. So Mississippi is a right to work state. You have no guarantee of continued employment. You can be fired at any reason for any time. At any time for any reason. Which, not the best situation, and most companies don't do that, but that's how the law works here. Well, New Jersey is a union state, and they will not fire anybody without just cause. Usually. Well, it all came to a head. She got a female corporate lawyer involved up in New Jersey, and it all came to a head. And they ganged up on the male um, boss that down here, and that was my husband's boss. And it basically became she got special treatment because she was a woman. And I don't always believe in that. I don't believe that happens everywhere, but it happened. Um, but he had not actually really done anything. He made a few bad decisions, but it wasn't what she made it out to be. And the whole thing was she couldn't get this job because her husband would have been reporting to her, but his cousin reported to him. But his cousin was hired before the company was owned by the current corporation, and there was no rule against it. There's a rule against it now. So the guy got in a way demoted, but he got moved to another position, and eventually he's gonna be let go. Like, he's working that position for so many months, and then it'll switch to a consultant position for so many months, and he's gonna be let go. She hadn't. She was the cause of all the trouble. I'm sorry. I've never experienced this, but you hear women talk about how we don't get equal pay. Well, if you want equal pay, you need to expect equal treatment. And she expected special treatment. And she got it. I mean, this is a problem. Just because you're a woman does not mean you should get special treatment in the workplace. If you're not going to do the job, do it right, and act right, don't be there. And if it's really so bad that you have to continually complain to HR, leave and go somewhere else. But anyway, we liked my husband's boss. He has always looked out for my husband. He has always had his back. They worked together at his last company, and he brought him to this new company, but now my husband is the boss. And it worked out well for us, but we don't want him to get a promotion that way. We want things to be done fairly, and it was not fair. It was not fair to the guy that basically lost his job. They say they're gonna get a package together and let her go, but I don't see it happening. But it was a bad situation, and it really highlighted some of the things that are wrong with society. And I don't get on that. I don't harp on that. I think things should be fair. And if you act right around here, usually they are. And it may be different other places, but women who do their job and do it right get paid equal pay here. In most places. But she set up a toxic work environment and took down this guy who made some bad decisions. but nothing that would hurt the company, took him down with her. And like her actions almost was getting to the point where they were going to start losing really qualified guys that take money to replace. So, I don't know. Bad situation. Ridiculousness. Drama in the workplace. Unnecessary. Go to work, do your job, do it well, to the best of your abilities, and go home. If you can't do that, sit down and shut up. Anyway, sorry about that. I got on my soapbox a little bit. The whole situation really did not sit well with me. And yeah. Anyway, that's it for today. I've gone an hour and a half. I think that's long enough. But I hope you have a wonderful May. So Susan X Stitches, I think, is the name of one Flosstuber. Niecy Lynn and Stitch It Pink. If you're not watching Stitch It Pink, you need to. She is cute, and she is fun to watch, and she just makes you happy, and watch her. But I'll list those below, and I'll list my email below. Use those keywords for those giveaways. I'll draw one winner before my next Flosstube, and I hope you have a good May. Bye.